Welcome to the DPost for All Seasons Sports Show. I'm Drew Rubenstein, back with Dave Racy here today. And Dave, the hot topic today has been Craig Turnbull, the longtime WU wrestling coach who was fired on Friday and shared his story with us on Sunday. And he wasn't emotional. He just kind of wanted to lay out all of the facts as to what had kind of happened over the last year. And I think he did that. But we'll start off with this. Were you surprised? What was your take on learning that Craig Turnbull had been let go?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I thought he was probably safe from this otherwise athletic purge we're having. I mean, he's done nothing but represent the university, both on and off. I guess the wrestling mats and stuff. Well, he's a great motivational speaker. He's brought in world-class athletes as both coaches and as wrestlers. He's done it without, having all the benefits of, total full scholarships for all the wrestlers. He's had to mix and match, and, he's had some good teams, and I think he's really elevated West Virginia's wrestling program. I don't think anybody could have done a better job, and I don't understand this one at all. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Well, and that's what I kind of wondered. Craig Turnbull is 61. He's been here since the mid-1970s. But according to Craig, he told Oliver Luck on 3 separate occasions that he wanted to retire after the 2015 season, that he had no intentions of being one of the coaches that, coached up, his entire life, that he did have other things with his children, grandchildren. He had other activities that he wanted to pursue. And I guess this is just going to take us to speculate a little bit, because Oliver Luck hasn't spoken at this point, but why not go in that direction, I guess, is the question that I keep hearing. Do you wonder if something happened? Is it just because that's been Luck's decision-making process? When wants to make a change, let's make it immediately. But why not let Craig Turnbull coach through 2015? Why dismiss him now?
I have no idea. I don't think there's a logical explanation other than just impatience. I mean, even with Bill Stewart, what's the harm in letting him finish the season, before you hire these guys and bring him in? I mean, I guess he felt that there was an immediate concern about losing Holgerson as a prospect, but there are good coaches ready to everywhere, ready to take over a job, whether it be football, wrestling, basketball, in any school, and there's a lot of good ones out there. I don't think there's ever a short supply of intelligent, talented, young people wanting to be a good basketball or football coach or anything else. I just don't think you need to rush those things. And it just seems impatience to me that, and he makes it his mind and he wants to go. Craig Turnbull deserved to go out on his own. I mean, all he was asking was for one more year. For all the years he spent here at the university, I just don't understand the benefit of doing this. I think it's going to, other people are going to look at this. I mean, what's Mike Carey going to, here's Mike Carey who wants to stay here, the women's basketball coach, great success. He's a West Virginian. He's probably thinking like, well, if I have a couple, losing seasons and I've been here for 20 years, they're going to get rid of me too because I'm not from the Big 12 or whatever, Nikki Brown, Izzo
Brown, right?
The soccer coach. I mean, I would think that this would shake them all a little bit because they don't have the big guaranteed contracts like the basketball and football coaches do. Makes no sense. And the thing you have to look at now, his boss is like 70 years old now. Mm-hmm. I mean, we just hired a university president, and so I don't think anybody's questioning Dr. Key's age or anything else. So. If you see Craig Turnbull, he's still like he could get on the mat and hold his own. So, I don't understand. It makes no sense.
No, he absolutely does look to be in great shape for a 61-year-old. And that said, I mean, Craig Turnbull was the first one to readily admit that the 2012-13 season wasn't up to his standards or the program standards, and there had been a dip in a couple years there. But it sounds like you do buy into what Craig Turnbull was saying about the state of the program and that he deserved to kind of see it go out, because Craig Turnbull's take was the last 2 years were rebuilding years, but look, there was a lot of stuff kind of going on behind the scenes, some injuries, some inexperience, just things falling the wrong way, and he took ownership that they weren't meeting expectations, but that it was setting the stage for this upcoming season. They returned 4 or 5 NCAA qualifiers. Most of them are underclassmen, and then they're bringing in a recruiting class. So he's kind of looking at the next 2 years, and it sounds like you buy that he deserves that chance to see this rebuilding project through here.
Well, they're doing it in football. football, and
Right.
we're believing that they're doing the same thing in football. And I don't know why you'd pick on a sport like wrestling when the guy's been here for 30-some years. And I say it makes no sense to me at all. I can't explain it. Yes, I believe Craig Turnbull. I don't think he's never been the kind of blow up smoke and things like that. He's very truthful with his approaches and stuff. Now.
So
he deserved it.
So should Oliver Luck be held accountable? That all athletic programs should be held to the same standard? I mean, has he set a precedence here of what is and is not acceptable with athletic programs? And is that a fair question to look at and examine in the future with other programs?
I really don't think he's set a precedent. Maybe he has. Maybe he is excellence. But even with with Mike Parsons and here's another guy who did well, and even the guys that they hired to lead them in their decision for the multimedia rights are saying, well, the best thing is to keep it inside. So I'm not too sure. They're just not making changes to make changes right now. And I think it's up to the fans and the donors and even President Gee to hold him accountable that, you have made this, you're accountable for this now because you've made these decisions, and so we expect better because you're paying more too. So I think it's up to other people. You know what I wish they had now, and I think this happened, they used to have an athletic council made up of faculty and some other people, and I think a lot of these decisions you have to be cleared through them first, and I don't think they have that now. It just seems like to be a straight shot and the athletic director, which is, that's fine, it's fine, but we'll find out, I guess, in the future who comes in and see how they do.
And last one for you, Dave, is I think a lot of people read into the comments about Craig Turnbull's recollection of his 2013 meeting with Oliver Luck when Oliver said, quote, address this statement, you're too old and you've been around too long, end quote. And I think we need to clear the air in that Craig Turnbull's not said that he's going to file a lawsuit. He said it was premature when I spoke to him on Sunday. But what are your thoughts there? It's not Oliver Luck saying directly, hey, you're old and I think you're over the hill, and how would you respond to that? But still, the context of that conversation, what are your thoughts there?
Well, you're taught that there's the age discrimination thing. You have to tread very carefully. You were making hiring and firing decisions on things like that, and I think some of the moves have opened the university up. I mean, Mike Karen has filed a lawsuit on that. I think
ongoing.
Coach Stewart would have had a heck of a case, and I think that Mike Parsons would have had a heck of a case. I don't know how they could find any wrongdoing in some of these people's jobs, other than what was Craig Turnbull said was told to him. And I guess the other thing that bothered me was when Lex said, well, some people have told me you're too old, and it's like, that's a reason to make a move for a guy who's been there for 38 years that someone told you that? Who?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like there's something up here that they just want to. He just wants to bring his own people in, and but it doesn't build. West Virginia's always been a good place where someone could stay for a long time and succeed. Don Nealon, even Gail Catlett, and I think they're going the wrong direction this way.
He is the athletic director. He is paid to make the big bucks, but I think there's a lot of people that understand your viewpoint too of just why are decisions being made this way, and it'll be interesting to see how things proceed from here.
It will.
Dave, appreciate your time once again, and please continue to check TheDPost.com for the latest on West Virginia University sports. Thanks for watching today.